Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. Today we're going to be watching Vikings episode 16 of season 6, which is called The Final Straw. Don't know what that implies, but last episode was All at Sea, which involved a bit of being at sea with Ubbe and his crew, or
about 75% of his crew.
Yeah, whatever was left after that. They had a fight with Shettle over the whale, literally kind of over the whale.
Yeah.
And there was a big battle. Basically, Ubbe killed Shettle's son, which Shettle didn't even seem to care about because he was too busy yelling about how he was the king of Greenland and how the whale was his. Well done. And then they escaped in,
crazy bastard.
I think, just one boat or two boats. I'm not sure.
I think it was just one, but I can't be sure.
Which is a shame because I don't want there to be a boat left for Shettle. I want him to just be stranded in Greenland forever because he's an arsehole and he deserves to.
It'd probably just make one out of the whale.
I don't know.
Stick a sail on it.
No, I think the dead whale would. I don't know if it would sink. I think it would sink. Otherwise, there'd be just loads of dead whales floating around in the ocean, surely. So.
How gross would that be?
Yeah. So they're basically at sea without any real supplies, which is a little bit scary. The other ways that it was all at sea was kind of people being a bit lost and crazy, not just Shettle, but we had the kind of breakdown of Oleg after Ivar and Dia and Igor and Hvitserk and Katya all arrived at Kiev, and basically Oleg was just kind of preaching love and forgiveness and all of this stuff, which is a bit odd. Yeah, we all thought it was a trap for quite a while. And then Ivar told Igor to shoot him, which he did.
Great move.
And now they have Kiev, so that's all good. But Katya told Ivar that she's pregnant with his child, but that she doesn't want him to stay because she doesn't think he loves her. She thinks he loves Freydis, basically, and because she looks a lot like Freydis, he thinks that, she's her and she thinks that she'll disappoint him, which made sense. And Ivar took it surprisingly well because he does seem to have changed quite a lot.
He does. I was honestly expecting during that scene where she was like, no, you don't love me because of me, you love me because I remind you of Freydis. The camera kind of panned away from her to Ivar, and he was like, yes, that's probably true. And then back to her. When it panned back to her, I was really expecting it to be an actress that looked enough like Freydis that Ivar could have made that kind of connection, but not be literally the actress that played Freydis in a wig.
But I do think, I mean, they say that everybody's got a twin somewhere in the world that looks a lot like them, so I guess it is possible. Or it did seem like it was kind of trickery to us as well as to Ivar, but I guess they did just look very similar and had the same voice and everything. It was very weird.
The same weird obsession with Ivar.
Yeah, but, there's a lot of strange stuff. The fact that Ivar's able to, have kids now is a bit strange, but... Yeah. There's been a lot of weird miracles that have happened with him.
Sure.
Maybe he is. So Ivar spoke to Hvitserk and basically said that he would be returning to Kattegat and asked him to go with him. And Hvitserk said yes because they are fated to be together, whether one of them kills the other or however that plays out. But they both acknowledged that Ivar has changed and Hvitserk has changed a bit, but he's still kind of... I'm glad that, his whole heroin thing didn't last.
That was
been
bad.
Upsetting. And back in Kattegat we had a wedding. We thought it was going to be to both Katya and Ingrid. So many names. Ingrid and Gunhild, but Gunhild came up and basically said that she was still married to Bjorn, and then she killed herself to be with him, which I'm really still not over. I just wanted.
Good.
I suppose it is a good end for her in a way because, it was beautiful and she's at peace and she wants to be with Bjorn, but I wanted more for her and I was really gutted to see her die, to be honest. Still really sad about that. But, so now King Harold is there and in charge with Katya as his bride. Oh, God, Ingrid. Ingrid is his bride. And I think that's pretty much it for the recap.
One thing though, we after we watched the last episode, we thought one kind of positive spin possibly on the Gunhild situation
is that if Ivar came back,
yeah,
she wouldn't probably react to that very well. I mean, she hates King Harold, but she probably hates Ivar a lot more, considering he's basically the one that killed Björn. And also, Hvitserk is basically the one that killed Lagertha. They're two of the most important people to her. And they're people that caused her a lot of trouble, so I don't know how she would react. So I don't know if it's kind of a plot thing to kind of have her go before that happens, or, you know, just how the story played out. But I think, maybe for her sake, it's better that she's not there for that.
She left while she was at peace rather than having to confront Ivar and Hvitserk again.
Yeah. Anything else that you wanted to mention before we get into this?
No, I think we've got everything covered there, so... Yeah.
So guys, if you like our reactions, please remember to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you're notified of any future uploads as soon as we upload them. If you want to chat to us over on Twitter or take part in our regular polls, then the link is down below in the description. Otherwise, shall we get into it?
Yeah, let's do this then.
Is that Ivar and Hvitserk?
I think so, yeah.
I was going to say already, but Vikings is like, they have magic here.
They do.
It's one ship though. I wonder if they have... I hope they've got some warriors, because this isn't going to be a happy homecoming.
As we saw, they can do a lot with one ship.
Yeah. Ivar can do a lot with anything.
Fair point.
Smart boy.
What is it? Zero ship. There's only a single ship.
What's the point of Eric now? He's just annoying. Like, Harold I hate, but Eric's just a bit of a loser.
So, well, what do you think about that? This might be a mistake.
It's a bit late to decide that.
Yeah. Oh. Nice warm welcome for the lost Ragnar sons there.
Maybe they're spits of respect. Doesn't look like it. Don't trust him.
Nah.
I feel like he'd go with them if he feels like he'd do it in his favour.
The moment he feels the wind change, he'll drop sides.
Take it to King Harold. King Harold?
Who did they think would be in charge, though? Maybe
probably Gunhild.
Gunhild, yeah.
All hail to you, King Harold Finehair.
Hate hearing that.
Yeah.
We didn't expect to find you here enthroned.
And for my part, I never thought that my first visitors would be you two.
The gods work in mysterious ways.
They do indeed. I've had the bonus.
Oh, this is tense.
What brought you back?
This is our home.
You were fighting with the Rus
To reclaim a home.
from your own brother.
Brothers fall out.
Oh.
They may even end up fighting on different sides. You know that too well.
Ooh.
King Harold.
Cut deep.
Yeah. He deserves it.
Yeah. More reason to despise
Many of
him.
the townsfolk hate you. As long as you remain here, you will be in danger.
We are the legitimate sons of Ragnar Lothbrok. You can't tell me that the people of Kattegat don't still revere and worship our father. And if they're willing to accept you as their king, surely they'll be willing to accept us as your supporters.
If you truly are my supporters.
I kind of love him.
A little bit, yeah.
I think we should have a feast to celebrate this new and unexpected accord. The sons of Ragnar have returned home to support the new regime. All is well with the world. Wouldn't you agree?
I don't know if I trust him.
Nah. Trust him as far as I could throw him.
What are you doing?
It's not for me, it's for my wife.
Oh.
She's sick, she needs some water.
I'm sorry. We have to share the water equally. We can't make exceptions.
What if she dies?
I'm sorry.
Oh.
There's no other way.
She lost her child. It's not like she's not had her own share of the losses.
But then if they run out of water, everyone dies. It's harsh, but she's right.
Yeah.
It's what they need to do. It's just brutal.
We have much to celebrate. Two of Ragnar's sons have returned home. They were free men. They could have chosen to go anywhere in our world where their fame would have guaranteed them a warm welcome.
I bet you wishes they had.
They returned to Kattegat. Many of you are not in favor of their return. If you're betrayed, let me remind you that the gods always forgive each other. Well, not always. They couldn't forgive Loki's murder of Balder, Odin's son. But the exception proves the rule. They understand jealousy. They understand ambition. They understand how people who love each other can end up challenging and sometimes murdering those they love. I did it myself. I killed my own brother.
Wow, didn't expect him to.
And I regret it every day. Ivar regrets the way he ruled here. He was young.
Well, he was young.
The
He might do.
responsibility was too great. Hvitserk, he never meant to kill Lagertha. How could he ever mean to kill such a goddess? They are who they are, but they are also sons of Ragnar, and we should be overjoyed.
Trying to work out what Ivar's going to do.
Yeah.
Here,
Surprised he made a speech like that.
Yeah, it's a good speech. Worryingly
Thought he was
good.
going to try and turn them against them.
so tell us, Ivar, is it true you're a god, like you told us?
No. I really like watching when you don't know what he's going to do.
Stab him with his crutch.
Wow. Is he just fixed now then?
Apparently.
Oh, no.
Apparently not.
What the hell? Did he do that as a joke?
It's kind of humbling himself, mate. Like, do I look like a god here on the floor?
Yeah.
But in a way that he can do it without actually kind of
Saying
admitting
it.
any fault or saying sorry.
Yeah.
You did well.
Tried to speak the truth.
No one's really interested in the truth.
On the contrary.
No, Hvitserk is right. This has nothing to do with the truth. You're all used to having power and influence, but there can only be one king here. And in times of peace, and if those do not intend to attack us again, what will you all do? Except to fall out and quarrel.
She's growing on me.
She is, yeah. That was some seer level shit.
Also just planting the seeds for them to fight as well.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do. I don't think my destiny or yours lies here. But then on the other hand, I have no idea where I'm supposed to go.
England. Go to England.
Lost at sea, with no land in sight.
Like Ubbe.
No
Yeah.
purpose, no meaning to my voyage. Don't you ever feel the same?
Yeah.
I've been lost for so long.
Oh.
I wouldn't recognize the alternative.
Fuck.
It's bleak,
Yeah.
but honest. I like these two being honest with each other.
Yeah. Speaking of Lost at Sea.
Tell me, Altea, what are your earliest memories? I hated everything about my childhood. Could not wait to grow up, to choose who I want to be.
Are you a Viking? That's what you told us.
I told you so that you would be happy.
I am growing tired of your games and your refusal to be honest.
Don't tell me that you're beginning to lose your faith, Ubbe. Surely not you.
Just trolling him.
A little bit, yeah.
It's like if he wants to be in good standing with Ubbe, he's not doing a lot to help himself. But I do find him interesting.
Yeah. He's a good character.
Is she dead? Oh, that's worse.
Yeah.
What happened?
He died in the night. His mother told me he'd been drinking seawater.
That's not good.
May I give him this?
Oh,
That's a nice sword.
This key transitis perfida.
is he going to bring him back to life? That would show Ubbe, I guess.
Yeah.
The poor boy is just the first of many.
I know.
Isn't that the beach where he had his imaginary talk with Björn before the battle?
Yeah. Must be his thinking beach.
Well, he wasn't really
I've been
there.
away, ancient one.
What? You're not allowed to talk to him. You killed him.
Go blind, do you imagine that I don't see?
I'm not sure I should have returned. Harold is suspicious that I've come to overthrow him. Perhaps I should, since I despise the thought of serving him.
Poor Ivar, connecting nothing with nothing. Think of your father, sat here, dreaming his dreams of places beyond all this. Don't you remember?
Telling
And
him.
here is not my fate.
I cannot advise you, but I saw in your pocket a possible answer to your question.
It's going to be the chess
I
piece
for the gods.
that Alfred
Yeah.
gave him. Telling him to go back to
Oh.
England.
Oh.
Hey.
Hey!
Aw. I don't want them two to fight though.
Yeah. Be a hell of a battle though.
Yeah, but this was such a nice scene.
Oh, unexpected Ragnar. Best Ragnar.
My dear brother, I have to congratulate you on the manner of your death. It was very
Aw.
much in keeping with your legend. How the High One must have celebrated your arrival, and how the gods must have raised their brimming horns to salute Bjorn Ironside, son of Ragnar. When I join you, there will be no celebrations.
Oh.
I haven't earned my place in Valhalla. I was a drunk. I abandoned Ubbe, the brother I loved the most. Killed Lagatha, never married, never had any children. I follow Ivar around like a shadow. I don't even know why.
When you listen to that, he's had a rough old time, hasn't he?
Yeah,
The
yeah.
gods must despise me.
Do not think so unkindly of the gods.
Is that Ingrid?
I think it's Idun, the keeper of the golden apples, one of the Azir, that gives the gods their long life.
Who are you?
Yeah.
Apples.
My name is Ethan. And I know all about you.
Well done.
I will spend tonight with you.
Fuck yeah. That'll cheer him right up. Literal visit from a god.
I'm not sure I was meant to rule.
Nope.
I always imagined ruling was my destiny. I wanted to be king of all Norway. I even challenged Bjorn Ironside for that title. And I cheated it to make it mine. But I'm not sure I ever really wanted it after all. Being king brings so little pleasure, so little satisfaction. Don't you agree, King Ivar?
Because all he is want. It's all he ever does. That's why he brings in that satisfaction.
Yeah. Oh, that's sad.
I came back here,
That's a weird cut.
Yeah.
I thought I could reinvent myself. Be the person who wanted to do anything to claim a throne. But sitting on that throne means nothing.
It's not your throne. I feel like it should always
There's
be
an
a...
illusion of power that induces inside you kind of madness. Isn't it true, Ivar?
Please validate my responses.
Admit it.
Yes, it's true.
Why do they keep cutting back between that and this?
I
Or is
mean-
it to show that his... Because Ubbe never didn't go for power, did he? He went for his adventure, and it's not currently working out that well.
I mean, the same way it was Shettl's lust for power that got them in this position. So,
Oh, yeah, I guess.
kind of if you want mad with power, you need to look no further than Shettle.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I like what I've returned to. I don't really want to rule Kattegat. I think ruling Kattegat will be boring. And in the meantime, I'm married to a witch
Oh,
who I know does not love me at all.
are you
And
surprised?
the woman that I love truly is dead.
Which one?
And that may be my fault. So,
Let's
Gunhild?
talk about love.
Or that one that was
but at
only his
least you
kid.
have brothers to talk to. I have no one. I'm always alone.
Your brother Afton is here.
Oh,
He's listening to us right now. So is my father, my mother, and my brothers. Everyone is around us.
Afton is gone. I killed him, of course. Do you think he will come to visit me? I hope the gods forgive me.
I don't.
I
No.
don't think it's possible.
Stop humanising characters that I hate.
God forgives, but everyone else thinks you're an arsehole.
Hello?
What? Just strong hands.
Doesn't bode well for the rest of their evening.
Oh, God.
I know who you are. Ethan, the goddess blessed with eternal youth. Odin must have sent you
He
to
looks
me.
smitten, doesn't he?
I am not acting under orders. I have watched you all your life, shared your joys and your pain.
There's been a lot of that.
And so I decided to appear to you
Would you stay with me?
Oh.
early till the dawn. So weep no more, sweet Hvitserk. Weep no more.
Oh. I hope this will be good for him.
Mulled cider with a goddess.
I don't just mean in the naughty sense. Oh. Ooh. Oh.
I miss Ragnar.
Yeah.
Out of all of my sons, it was you I wanted to bring here. And it is you that I believe is the most important to the future of our people. What is in here is a gift.
She's washing. It's like a sex cleansing.
Yeah.
Like being reborn, maybe. hopefully with a new sense of like purpose and not.
That would be great.
Oh.
Use your anger intelligently, and I promise you, my son, that one day the whole world will know and fear Ivar the Boneless.
I love the way they cut in the old scenes of them. Like, you know, none of them have made any actual cameos, but they just cut them in really well in the right moments. Yeah. And she's gone. She said till the dawn.
She did.
Hopefully he'll be happy now. He doesn't look that happy.
Nah, maybe not.
Oh, wait, what?
Can't tell if he's happy or sad. Both.
Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do.
Yeah.
Trying to drown him out with Viking. Got a better voice than Hotel, to be fair.
Dude can growl.
He's angry. Yeah, it'd be good in a death metal band. Was it him trading his arm ring?
Yeah.
And that angers Ivar?
Angers me. It's not even getting much for it.
No, it's depressing. Reminds me a bit of when Ragnar was throwing all of his belongings at people just to try and get them to come sail with him, selling everything, that all his treasure he was supposed to be buried with. Oh.
Told us that in time of peace we would have no choice but to fall out with each other.
Oh.
It's true. Unless there's still something left for us to do together. There is. And this is it.
Wait.
Play chess! Oh, go to England.
Why are we dying here?
The gods have brought us here. The gods have decided our fate.
Unfortunately, no longer believe. Do you, Ubbe?
Stop trolling! Oh.
Chat shit. Get hit.
Oh.
Don't you understand? If you try to follow one another, then we're just like settle and not be left behind. We are no different. What is the point in trying to find a new land if we behave just the same as we did in the old one?
Yeah. Go on, Torby.
Torby for the win.
These women always being wise.
It tells me that all our great heroes are dead. Perhaps you believe it, for it seems to me that while our kinsmen struggle and fight abroad, all of you have settled for comfortable lives here in Kattegat, forgetting that you are Vikings. But you still claim to be Vikings. Then act like Vikings. Come with me and conquer King Alfred. Come with me and
Yeah!
and all of its riches. Be like the gods and reach for
Yeah! Oh dear.
That won't go down well.
That's not going to go well for... Oh.
Oh, look at his face drop.
Oh. So it's interesting. Like, I thought there was a lot of interesting parallels with kind of Ragnar in this episode. Firstly with baby Ragnar, and obviously Ubbe's kind of sorry, my cat is just as usual licking himself in the corner of the shot, so I apologise for the random cat foot paw. So baby Ragnar, obviously Ubbe is having a bit of a struggle at the moment with
everything
against Christianity. I think he kind of knows that everything that Oter has done and the Christianity stuff has worked quite well for them so far, and he's not really having any help from his gods, but he's desperately trying to cling on to his gods and his belief. But what's interesting, obviously, is that Ragnar actually did abandon his gods kind of towards the end. He converted to Christianity. The only reason he said those words and gave that sort of rousing speech was so that it would drive his sons and the rest of the Vikings to come back and wreak vengeance on
everyone.
On Ayla and on Egbert. And so I mean, he said that to Egbert, that's what he was going to say. He was like, I don't really believe it, but I'm going to tell them this stuff because...
it fits.
Oh, you never know with Ragnar. He may have even been saying that to Egbert to mislead him, but
Sure.
I think that was kind of what he was doing, and I think he did believe in Christianity. But he also... It's also interesting how, obviously, Ivar's been seeing the visions of him talking to his father, and then he gave that also rousing speech, lots of rousing speeches in this episode, as usual. Speeches. But he said, that Ragnar was, he's in Valhalla and all of this stuff, and it's like, well, actually, no, he isn't. And he actually said to, he was about being master of his own plans. That's kind of what he did.
Yeah.
Why he sent that message back to the sons was because he was trying to orchestrate fate himself, if you know what I mean, or that fate wasn't a thing, that actually if he makes a speech it'll go back to them, they'll go do what he wanted to, which is exactly what he did.
He was bang on the money.
Yeah. And also you made a good point that when he was saying, Ragnar didn't die for us to all just like live off the fat of the land, and it was like he kind of did. He wanted it to be in England, he wanted them to grow and farm and for his people to be okay. That was kind of what he wanted.
Yeah.
But then I thought there were actually parallels in... I felt sort of flashes back to Ragnar in King Harold's speech, which obviously I hate comparing those two, but when he was saying, we're Vikings, we need to go and raid and do this stuff, it reminded me a lot of when Ragnar was first kind of trying to get people to sail west and, raising up kind of spirits and people to come with him to do that. But I do think it's funny, the Viking lot, like... Literally anyone can go in there and just be like, orange is green, yeah! And they'll be like, yeah, orange is green, woo! It's just like, they're like, we don't like blue though, and they'll be like, oh, boo.
Boo, blue.
Rabble, yeah. It's quite funny. So, yeah, I'm really excited. I've been saying for a while that I wanted to see them go to England. I want to see what happens with... Alfred, yeah. I couldn't remember his name then, but obviously he is Alfred the Great and one of the most sort of revered monarchs of the UK. So I want to see what he looks like a bit older. We haven't really seen him, I think, since season 5. I think, that's going to be really exciting. Obviously taking Harold as well. What was exciting for me, because I was a bit worried that they were kind of trying to humanise Harold and also that they were going to be on the same team and stuff like that. But... it does seem like Harold's now getting a bit annoyed at the fact that everyone's shouting Hail Ivar, so hopefully that's going to come up, and hopefully we will get to see Ivar and Hvitserk kill King Harold. Although actually, in a perfect world, I'd really like to see Ingrid kill King Harold.
Yes, that would be the best possible outcome.
I think she deserves to off him, definitely.
Faux show.
Well, really, she's really growing on me as well.
She is, yeah. She had about 2 lines, but they were good lines.
They were wise lines, and it was kind of like... she was smart and reading the room, but also stirring up shit between them just by sitting there and being like, which is pretty good. I still don't know what Eric's going to do. He's been a bit of a non-character for the last 2 episodes. Yeah. Still don't like him, and he's just a bit squirmy.
He is.
So I don't know what is going to come of him.
Hopefully he'll die.
Yeah, with Harold.
Yeah.
We'll just die
they'll
together.
kill each other. That'd be fun.
I just want other people to kill them. I want Ivar to kill them both, because I think that Ivar will give them the most painful deaths, to be honest.
I'd be alright with him leading the army against King Alfred and just getting murdered in battle by a proper fucking king. This is how a king should behave. Boosh.
Yeah, no, I still want it to be Ivar. I don't. Yeah. I think if it was
slow.
Alfred, it'd be like an honourable death, and that's not what I want for him.
Yeah, that's fair. But I've got to say, one thing that really bugs me about Harold, the one, like, I can tell that big speech about, ruling isn't all it was cut out to be, was meant to kind of endear us to him. But it just pissed me off more, because all he does is want. That, of course, being king isn't enough for you, because nothing will ever be enough for you. All you do is covet what others have.
Yeah.
Like, you always want, Lagertha or Gunhild or that other lady who I'm blanking on who he's married to, because all he ever wants is people that he can't have.
Well, that was kind of when he said about the one woman that he loved is dead. I think means Gunhild, but yeah, I mean, so many women. You don't know.
I'm sure he means Gunhild at that point, but if he'd asked him 6 months ago, it would have been someone else.
Yeah, it could have been the dark-haired lady that was Lagertha's missus that he was pregnant with. It wasn't pregnant with his child, but yeah, he kind of loved her. But then there was also that woman that he loved that he tried to be a king for, and she basically
ended up marrying someone.
And then he killed him, and then she tried to kill him, and then his brother came in and saved him. So there's a lot of women that he's gone after. So I'm not sure exactly who he means, but I'm thinking it was Gunhild.
It was probably Gunhild,
just because she's the most recent.
Exactly.
He seems to move from one to the other.
They always say that the second greatest tragedy of a man's life is never getting what he wants, and the greatest tragedy is getting it. I think that is the personification of Harold's character arc. He wants these things really bad. He'll do anything and betray anyone to get what he wants, and then he gets it, and then he's never happy with it because he can't be happy with anything. His whole being is about wanting other things.
But I mean, it is true for all of the other ones. I think there's been quite a few of them who, when they've got power, haven't really liked it. I think the one good one was Lagertha. When she had power, she did just care about looking after her people, protecting Kattegat, that kind of stuff, rather than just being like, oh, I've done it now, and now I'm bored or whatever. But it was also nice for Hvitserk, so he had the visit from the god lady.
That was good.
And a cleansing sex ritual thing, and then cry laughed his way through the rain in the morning, but hopefully that means that he's kind of got rid of some of his shame and upset for himself. I think being visited by a god is literally a good way to be like, no, I'm all right, it's okay,
I think he was there, he was at Björn's cairn, oh, Björn, please, no gods will ever want me, I'm this wretched creature.
Word,
and then Björn's like, it's all good, bro, I got you. Idun, could you go fix my boy up? Sends down a freaking goddess. Here's my holy apple of life-extending power.
Eden in the show, basically, wasn't it? It wasn't quite the same pronunciation as...
Yeah, I'm 90% sure I'm getting it wrong. So I'm sure they're right.
It might just be Eden, which is interesting because of the apple.
It's I-D-U-N with a line over the U.
But that's interesting because Eden, apple,
Garden of Eden,
and then that's in Christianity as well, so... And then, that's also... Sorry, I'm going all abstract now, but
deep down
he also had... when he was tormented by Ivar, he imagined him as a serpent.
Yeah.
And now he's had the apple, so it's all very Garden of Eden imagery going on there. And so we've got Ubbe and their crews not having the best of times. I'm really interested by the storyline because I want to see. I do think it's going to culminate in him abandoning his gods and converting to Christianity, because I think that the signs are showing him that that's the way to go, but maybe he'll pull through. I don't know. I kind of feel like Oter should be trusted, but at the same time he's not helping his own case with Ubbe by just changing his story all the time, and it's just trolling him constantly, the worst moments, which isn't helpful. But Torvi was really good with her wise words. We've not got that many women left that we like in this show. We've literally just got Torvi, and now Ingrid's kind of growing on me, and she's been wise as well. So
there were a couple of badass ladies left in Britain, were there not?
No, well, what's her face? Mummy died.
Oh God, yeah, she did. She was awesome. I loved her.
Yeah. Oh God.
Ethel.
No, the one that one that lost her.
Yeah.
Judith.
Yes. Yeah. She was good. I like Judith.
Yeah, I really like Judith. She was pretty badass. And I think the wife of Alfred is pretty cool. Although if she's the same one, I think she did sleep with Björn before she got with Alfred. So. And then I think ended up pregnant, so she might actually have... Maybe that's where Björn's last living kid will be. Actually, in England. That's interesting.
Yeah, that would be fun.
I mean, maybe they showed all that stuff, because there was a lot of the sort of mix of the bloodlines between Viking people, the Norse and the English, kind of in the case of Rollo, in real history, who lived in a different timeline to Ragnar and everyone else, but, that actually watched... It was watching Danny Dyer's Who Do You Think You Are? But when he found out that he had a royal heritage, and when you trace it back, goes back through all of these English monarchs, but it goes back to Rollo, and you know that's how obviously in England there's a lot of people who are actually of Viking descent. Yeah, I really want to do my the blood test thing where you can find out what your heritage is, because I really want to have some Viking in there.
I don't have any Viking in my history. Well, on my mother's side I don't, but I do. If you go back far enough, I am related to King Alfred the Great. Wow. So that's why I want him to succeed.
Nice.
That's my boy.
Maybe I'll do a test, and if I've got Viking blood, we can fight.
Yeah, see who wins.
Or play chess, something that's
I'm
bloody.
shit at chess.
Well, I'm good at fighting, so we'll see. Anyway, I think... Have we gone through everything for this episode?
We've hit the major points, yeah.
It's interesting because, there's not too many, major, things that are hurting my head about what's going to happen. Yeah. And this episode wasn't necessarily... There wasn't that much major stuff that kind of happened, but it was a kind of redirect for a lot of characters. Yeah. It brought them into themselves and put them on these new paths. And we have 4 episodes now, I think, left of the season. So it seems like it's not that long to be able to wrap it up, but
this is Vikings.
Vikings move stuff along really, really quickly. Yeah. So
this wasn't a huge, in terms of kind of grand events, this wasn't a particularly big episode, but what it was a really great episode for character development.
Yeah,
it wasn't so much things happening, it was putting people in the right place and the right mindset to kind of kick off the action which is going to happen in this back half of the season. So I think it was a very good episode for the point that it is, and I think it's going to lead to some really, really strong things. I'm very excited to see that.
I do want to see how this season plays out and ends the Viking story.
Yeah. I want Floki to come back as well. I really care.
Yeah, me too. And as we're nearing the end and we've had no signs and everyone's kind of moving away from where he was last seen, I'm a bit worried that we're not going to see Floki.
I wouldn't be surprised if they got back to England and he was just there. Oh yeah, I came here. I couldn't be asked with you guys. So I just come live with Ragnar.
Well, I keep thinking he's going to pop up somewhere else, or I was just like, oh God, what if he ends up on Greenland? And then it's just him. He's just got to live with Shettle forever.
Oh,
and I'm annoyed, as I said earlier. I think they've only got one boat, so I think Shettle has still got a boat, and I kind of wanted him to just be stranded there because I think he's terrible. I wonder if we're going to see any more from him or not. If it's going to flash back onto him and his story, or if he's just now left with his whale.
I'd be fine not seeing him.
Yeah, I would as well. But it's interesting to know what kind of happens there. Cuts open the whale's tummy and out pops Floki.
That'd be cool. I'd like that.
Well, guys, if you liked our reactions, please remember to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you're notified of any future uploads as soon as they come up. If there are any other shows you'd like to see us react to, please let us know down in the comments or over on our Twitter. The link for the Twitter can be found down below in the description. We also do regular polls over on our Twitter page on Vikings, Mandalorian and the other shows that we react to. So if you want to help us decide some debates, then head over to Twitter to do that. And otherwise, I think we'll see you next time, guys. Take care.